Hello. Are you awake in Boston? What's going on, everybody? This couldn't have been this could not have been a more chaotic night for me. I am here, guys. I'm live. I just got back from Star Wars. We are now at the end of the SmackDown pay-per-view, Clash of Champions. I'm getting your feedback here in the chat. It seems to be that most of you felt that this show was a 4, 5, or 6 out of 10. That seems to be the average. There are some people extremely giving it a lower amount or even higher amount, but it seems the consensus is somewhere around a 5 or a 6 or so out of 10. Maybe a 4. I'm not sure. I just rhymed. I'm also watching the post-show Talking Smack in the corner here just to see if I can catch highlights from stuff that I did not see. But luckily, we are here with Jake DeMarco. If you guys want to donate tonight, the link is in the description box down below. And, of course, the $ is in the chat if you guys want to super chat tonight to ask questions or make comments or say that Tommy NC should shove a hat up his ass. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do. We've had a lot of stuff to do over here. I do want to give everybody an alert that I believe tomorrow we'll be able to go live once again from my wrestling channel, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. So make sure you subscribe to the Joe Cronin Show because that is where I'll be live tomorrow night for the Raw review. We're going back to that channel, the big channel, with 51,000 subs. And this channel will remain as everything but wrestling, except for, well, yeah, everything but wrestling will be on this channel for the most part. So make sure you stay subbed to this if you like all the other podcasts, all the other stuff that I talk about and do. And yes, I will have my Star Wars review coming up after this. But now let's turn to Jake DeMarco for initial thoughts, I guess. All right, so I just saw that match. Out of the corner, in my brain, Jinder Mahal has had a lot of bad matches, not very many good matches. There have been a lot of bad matches. So in my opinion, based off, or my guess, was that one of the best matches Jinder Mahal has ever had? I haven't seen the match. I've only seen half of it, but I'm just...
It was good. I am trying to think back to a better match. It was one of the better ones. I'll give you that match.
Because none of them are good, right? So I get your hesitation.
There's no standout. Like, there's nothing that, like, oh my god, this jumps out at me. They might have had a better meetup at one other point, but I really thought this was solid. It was entertaining. Told a good story, but it was the same thing we get from these two time and time again. It was typical Jinder with the Singh brother interference. Even as minimal as that was, it was still there. It takes away from him, his threat level, his overall ability was decent tonight. Him and AJ, they mixed well together. So, but they've had so much practice. It's like, how could they not be?
Can we talk about how you called it? With Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah, with Dolph Ziggler. I'm telling you,
God.
I had a feeling. There was no reason to feel that way. I just had a feeling.
Jesus. Would you get the Force? What the hell's going on here?
It's one with me.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe it.
I just genuinely felt like Dolph was going to walk away with it because they don't have full faith in Bobby Roode. They didn't want to see Roode be the champion yet. They still want him to put in a little bit more time.
I'm glad, by the way. That is a great... Honestly, that's the right decision because this guy needs to be built to chase something. Although, I still feel that Bobby Roode should just be a heel, but I
agree entirely. This current iteration of Bobby Roode is just not working, and that's with a lot of the characters on both brands. They're just not. They're not clicking. They're not hitting.
Look at it like this. Look at it like this. Grab guys and put them in positions, right? Okay, so who's our mid-card heel? Okay, Baron Corbin. Is that really working out too well? Not really. Get rid of Baron Corbin. Make Bobby Roode the heel. Put him in place of Baron Corbin. Already better, right there. So there you solve that problem. Put Baron Corbin on house shows or something until they, because what is he doing? I mean, he's so boring. His entrance is great. Get rid of Jinder Mahal.
I love his entrance. The theme song is fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. The theme song is great and everything, but it's like he's not really like right now. I mean, you can say that you love Baron Corbin all you want, and people can say they love him, but right now Jinder still has a better package than Corbin.
It does. You have a great package.
Yeah, you've seen that dick. Now Corbin's. I like Corbin in the ring better, but not much. Not much.
Not really. I mean, he has potential. He really does. I think Baron Corbin lost his drive per se, like his confidence. Really, when they went ahead, they took away the briefcase with him mouthing off. He was confident beforehand. He was starting to get into a good stride. Things were going his way.
Yeah.
He gets a little too cocky. He mouths off. He gets that taken from him, What happens? I just feel like he has been a shell of his former self. He never really got back to the level he was, striving towards. So
I agree.
Things could turn around, but will they let him is the choice. The question.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let me play a donation here, see what people got to say. Well, we got a sub from I Am Machine 87. I Am Machine, what is going on? Thank you for subbing to the channel. Make sure you sub to my wrestling channel as well, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. This is corrupted, though, and we'll give you some more shit on this corrupted channel. I'm starting to come up with ideas for this channel and maybe merging all my previous stuff that I used to do on Final Frontier over here as well, so look out for that also. Tyler, Naughton, thank you very much for the sub, man. I appreciate that. We'll see where else we got going on here. A lot of people saying 4 out of 10. Did you love or hate this? I know we're going to get a donation here, but do you love or hate this show right now? Like, how you feeling?
I like it. I'm in the middle, honestly, and I know that's a neutral ground, but...
Party! There it is.
Are you going to Mania, Joe?
I don't know, Talvish. I really don't know this year if I'm going to go to Mania, but I appreciate the $2, man. Thank you very much, Talvish. Talvish, man, you are old school, man. I love that Talvish is still hanging out with us and still here. And Talvish, if I come, I will definitely probably see you again. We'll come up with something if I go. I got to start thinking about it soon, though. I know that. It won't be like last year where I went down there and all my buddies were there. I went down there. I had so much support. We had JD there. We had Grim there and Wrestling with Regret. And all my friends were there. Like I felt like I had a posse with me. Like I knew people even though I didn't know people. Adam from What Culture. Like everybody just around. And if I went this year, I wouldn't really be...
I would just go to rape you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Null Death is chiming in. What's up, Null Death?
I'm donating.
I don't know what it blanked out here. Hey, Joe and Jake, welcome to the horse tranquilizer known as Clash of Champions. The only cunt matches were the tag match, the only good matches, and main event. This show was at best still a 4, maybe 5 out of 10. Tomorrow we will return home to JCS. I don't know exactly what he was saying there because it blanked out. I have so much.
It blanked out way too much.
I have so much stuff censored because of Star Wars spoilers that I censored so many words you wouldn't even fucking believe it. Nightbot and if you're getting bleeped out on Twitter it's just don't even try to mention Star Wars because Nightbot's just taking people out.
Yeah, even if you just call me Luke is in the chat. Even if you say the word Luke, it gets you timed out.
You're fucking timed out if you say Luke. Yeah, it's kind of a mess right now. So. Sorry. I recommend that anybody who hasn't seen it that cares, don't even look at the chat.
I'm so glad my boo retain AJ and Knack winning rump.
Oh, yeah, of course, baby. Oh, I thought it said rump. It said rum. I get it, Sarah. Sarah Small chiming in with $2. What's up, Sarah? How you doing? Give you the $2, Sarah. Sarah Small. She's wet for AJ, baby.
How could you not be?
Who isn't? Best. Who is not wet for AJ? Man.
See, that's my problem tonight. Like, I started off and I'm like, oh, here we go. This is going to be a total shit show. It's going to be boring. And they delivered. They did a really good job.
Really?
The arena, they started off on a high note. I mean, the Bobby Roode, Baron Corbin, and Dolph Ziggler match, I'm like, that's an odd choice to start.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go back a little bit. Pre-show was Mojo Rawley, and that was nothing fantastic to see Mojo win in 5 minutes. That was quick.
It was what we thought. It was what we thought, right? He won and
right down the middle, exactly as we both predicted. Zack Ryder basically got his ass beat. And didn't look too weak, but it was enough. So
Owens and Zayn won like we thought, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And it was it Daniel Bryan that turned on Shane?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. There we go.
But it wasn't a straight heel turn.
It was just kind of like I knew it. It was going to be like I haven't seen it yet, but I'm assuming it was something like Daniel did something and then Shane was like, "What are you doing?" And then Daniel was like,
"It was more Shane didn't count to 3."
Right.
For the pinfall, and Sami Zayn would have won. And that's when Daniel Bryan got fed up. They were building up to it at that point, and then Daniel Bryan gave the fast 3 count after the next roll up. So,
wow, what, Leah? I'm missing this. Leah's telling me it's funny right now and talking smack. Owens and Sami Zayn are celebrating with champagne to the robot bitch.
There was no doubt we'd win tonight, right? And Kevin Owens just goes,
"Yep, yep."
They got that
sounds
stupid.
Like that Storage Wars show. Yep.
They got that dumb robotic chick in the middle of them. Like, she's actually smiling. She's actually showing she might be human by smiling right now. Wow. And now she's jumping around with man, I hate that girl. I hate that girl so much. Like, I hate that girl.
Speaking of that yep movement, did you hear Ryback saying that they stole that from him?
She's not programmed for dance.
I heard that, yeah.
That killed me. Ryback's like, oh, they stole that gimmick from me, you know, because he was talking about before he was Ryback, he was, you know, Skip Sheffield or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
he used to have a shirt that was yep, yep, yep.
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 Yeah, I remember that. Well, Ryback thinks everybody stole everybody from him, and he thinks he can be a shithead, and if you're a shithead to Ryback, then you're a shithead, so.
you own the word yep.
Fuck you, Ryback.
Fuck off.
Hey, Ryback. How's my dick taste, Ryback?
69!
Oh, yeah. Medic Lucky. What's up, Medic Lucky?
Coming out hard.
I guess he mismonetized this, so he wanted to hit us up here. Look at
this. Put your penis onto my tits.
Yeah.
You just stuck it in me. In me. In me. Stick it in your pussy.
Medic Lucky in the motherfucking house with Clash of Champs.
I marked out hard for Dolph winning, IDKY. I marked out huge for Daniel Bryan giving Ko and Sammy the win. I loved AJ versus Jinder. Great storytelling, hard hitting. Made Jinder look strong in the beginning and another great win. 7.5 out of 10.
Wow. Medic Lucky, thank you so much, man. People saying, like, it's weird. Like, I read a bunch of people saying, like, worst show of the year. But then I've seen other people been saying, like, pretty good. Like, how can it be both? Like, what the hell did I miss? I'm going to have to watch this now.
You're going to have to watch it. But the problem is, it's just like Star Wars. It's so
it is like Star Wars, it seems like. It was so weird.
Very
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Oh, Triple Gaming must have said something it didn't like. What's up, Joe and Jay? Clash of the Champions was a 4.5 out of 10 for me. Wrestling in the first 2 matches. AJ retaining the WWE title. Everything else was pretty much worthless. And also, I noticed the swish on the title is back to red. Why the hell was it black for a second? What the hell was up with that?
Yeah, that was odd. I noticed that, but I thought I was losing my damn mind.
Yeah, I don't understand it. My head hurt. My hair in my head hurts. I had my hat on for like fucking 3 hours in the movie theater. Those goddamn movie seats tonight. Terrell Ashley, thank you very much for subbing to the channel. What's going on?
Was it one of those either the recliner ones that are just either too comfortable or too stiff? You know, you can never.
This was like we went to the movie theater. Was like, well, I'll talk about it in the Star Wars review. I'm gonna save everything for the Star Wars review. I'm sorry, but yeah, apparently this show is like that. Like Star Wars, it's just like this.
It's so conflicting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't hate the night. I don't love it either. I'm just in the middle. Like it happened. I'm not disappointed, but I'm not thrilled.
Right.
And I think that's a okay way to be compared to what we usually get. I mean, and that's bad to say, like, mediocrity's good, but all in all, I mean, that's kind of what we're going for here. We didn't get a hell of a lot that's worthwhile. But
yeah,
it wasn't horrendous.
But this was a pay-per-view going in that I was down on. I was like, I don't like this card. I'm not happy with this. I'm not even gonna go. It's in Boston. I'm 15 minutes away from the show.
Exactly, and the arena was pretty decently sold out by the end. Sold being the opportune word there. I know they gave away a ton of tickets, but.
Giovanni Hotep Johnson says it was okay show, nothing special, 5 out of 10. Yeah, and you know, I mean, but the good thing is normally the Boston crowd is good. Normally Boston fans are good. You know, I mean, I know my people here. You know, like there's a group of us that are casuals for sure. There's a lot of casuals, but there's a lot of hardcore fans too. So
the crowd was fucking fantastic tonight.
Were they?
Everyone will definitely give the crowd like an 8 out of 10 reasonably all night.
All right.
Sometimes they were even better. They chanted along. Rusev was so fucking over. He was like
I kept hearing that. Yeah.
Daniel Bryan, you know, in his heyday.
All my friends on Facebook, all my wrestling friends on Facebook have been. All they do is tweet Rusev stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Rusev Day in Boston tonight. I tweeted out about it before. People were just going nuts. It felt like he got robbed when he didn't win the tag match because people were so behind him that it felt special. But it's one of those things where he needs a different partner. I'm sorry, Aiden English doesn't do it for me. And because Rusev is so charismatic and over the top,
Well, just turn Aiden English, just turn Aiden English on Rusev and have Rusev fight him, and people will get behind Rusev. Then that's all you do.
Yeah,
Fred Pippins, thanks for the sub.
Either go solo or find a new partner. I don't feel like Aiden English suits him well. He needs someone that's either like a complete follower, because Aiden English tries to be, competitive with him in terms of, on the mic, and tries to have good promos.
You want to see my dick?
I just feel like
I'll take my dick out right now.
Oh,
I'm SeansView Entertainment, and you want to see my dick?
Oh my God.
Do you want to see my dick? I will show you my penis.
By the way, I will lighten the spoiler blanked out words in about a week or so, maybe a week and a half, for all you Star Wars fans who didn't get to see it, who still don't want to hear about it. Like, I'm gonna leave it on there for you for another week, but after that,
it's opening weekend.
My dick. 4 out of 10 show Jinder's best and hopefully something match. The Daniel Bryan screwy finish was fun match. War Machine 2.0, yeah, right? I mean, the Bludgeon Brothers look badass. Points to Jake for Friday, the people's contender. The Goon, thank you, man. There's no way we're going to remember that until then. So make sure you save it and donate on Friday and monetize this.
If Justin or the champ is sick, I'll be there.
I really do got to take a second to acknowledge what happened on Monetize This. I know most of you already know that, and obviously I fell asleep before Corrupted, and it didn't happen, so I thank Ken and Justin. I've already said this in other shows I've done, but thank God, they went live and did something, because I passed out on my keyboard, man, so it's a mess. But I gotta say thank you, man, because on Friday night, Monetize This was insane. It was nuts, and I don't know if you'll ever see any kind of like support like that again. So I definitely got a shout out to the top 5 guys who are on the screen right here. I didn't even know Ingy was in there on this last month, but Ingy was.
Yeah.
Last month, these are the top 5 supporters of the show last month. Or rather this month, so far in December, top 5 supporters of the show. Big time shout out to Brian Himmelfarb. Brian Himmelfarb just going berserk on Monetize This.
Schleppy as well.
Schleppy going big time on Monetize This. Schleppy, while Brian Himmelfarb has him beat with overall amount of donations, Schleppy with the biggest one-time donation we've ever seen. Which
all time, baby. All time.
And then the Goon was in there big time. D Moon came out of temporary retirement to throw some punches, and Ingy with some pretty good support over the month as well. So thank you to everybody else who's not on this list, but the top 5, man, big time swingers. And Ken has become the first ever Monetize This champion. I'll be sending him the belt, and we'll talk about how it's going to go in the future for who becomes the next champion and how to face the champion on Monetize This. Going forward, I'll have that set up in a separate video for you guys. But back to Clash of Champions.
We'll move on in a second, but I got to say, as a fan, usually I come in as a co-host, but as a fan, that was an incredible fucking show. Not only was it above everything you guys put on usually, because the hype was real. Talk about a huge headlining event for the first ever Monetize This championship. It was a fight. It was down and dirty. All the promos leading up to it were fantastic. You guys were just so visceral with each other. It was truly next level. But then Brian Himmelfarb turning heel on you and your reaction, you're like, I got this. I won. Brian's donating. And when he ever said, now you're the Marty Jannetty, I damn near pissed myself. I laughed so hard. He threw you through that barbershop window, and that's what started really the whole night to go just against Joe. So
it was pretty amazing. Pretty
up
amazing
until then,
support.
I thought you had it in the bag, and then Schleppy wanted the belt for himself.
Schleppy just wanted to have the belt. Yeah,
It came down to a number guess of the century.
I want to send Schleppy like a commemorative belt for that, and I know he said not to, but I want to do something. So I'm got to get Schleppy's address and everything because I got something to send him. It'd be great. But
I thought it was a typo at first when it never said that, and I was like, no, he meant that. Holy fuck!
No, I knew he did. I knew he knew what he was doing because he's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because I mean he's there all the time, but it caught me so off guard that I was just blown away.
Talk about crazy. I mean, talk about getting hit. You talk about karma and what people do to help people. Like, I mean, I got punched in the face by the tax man like a couple weeks ago as Christmas is coming, and then people come out with that type of fucking support. It was insane. And someone just asked in the chat, will your Star Wars review be spoiler-free? I will.
Beginning, you said it
right. I am going to make a spoiler-free Star Wars review and a spoiler-filled one. So that's coming tonight in just a little while. We may even... I don't think I'm going to go live with it because I don't want people to jump in all of a sudden and then all of a sudden, oh, and you got spoiled on something. So we're probably going to record these things and put them up tonight. So we'll have the Star Wars thing going on in a little while. But back to Clash of Champions. Let me play a couple more of these donations so we don't drown in them because I want to get them played here. See what you guys have to say. Oh, yeah. Ronald Hollick.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Maharaja. Hey, Joe and Jake, even though the build sucked for this pay-per-view, I thought the matches were pretty good. I don't know why the word good is blanked out. Except Lumberjack match, the Bludgeon Brothers, squash was botchy. I gave tonight a 6 out of 10 for the U.S. title match, tag titles match, No and Sami Zayn and AJ winning. Okay, that was a clusterfuck with the blanked out words. But I think I knew what you said, and I appreciate the donation big time, and that was... Ronald Hollick. Ronald Hollick, thank you so much, man. Yeah, so 6 out of 10, man. I feel you on that. I can't wait to watch it. Are you doing a Star Wars review live or recording it, Parker says. I think we might do it live now. I think people are... I might do it live.
If you title it spoilers, I mean...
Yeah.
You can even put a little annotation on the screen that says spoilers or something.
I might, yeah, I mean, what I'll say is maybe we'll do it live, and when we're talking spoilers, I'm going to put spoiler all over the screen. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. But at the beginning, I'm not going to spoil. I'm going to do no spoilers, no spoiler talk.
Yeah, you don't want to let anybody know that Captain Kirk dies. That would be
Captain Kirk.
Party.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the ring announcer said Jinder hailed from Pork Chop, India.
Pork Chop, India. I didn't hear that. Just Incredible. Aren't you supposed to be drinking somewhere?
He's passed out in a ring.
Thanks for the $5, Just Incredible. Poor Just Incredible. Is that really Just Incredible? I don't know. Just Incredible because he was, man, he got help from the WWE and he crashed a little bit the other night, but I wish, Just Incredible all the best in his recovery, the real one. Because he was doing really well there, and unfortunately he stumbled there, and there's video of it. And all the wrestlers I know were at the event, too. It was weird. I was like, oh, I know all these guys. So poor Justin.
You want to see my
dick? I mean, I'll
take my dick out right now.
Twice now. Because he's from Connecticut. He's not far from, my hometown, actually. He was a great guy. I saw him at one local show and then again at an ECW show. And he was a lot of fun, He made the place pop pretty big. Hopefully does better.
Don't screw with me or else I'll show you my pee-pee. Do you want to see my dick?
Hi, Sean.
Do you want to see my dick?
OMG, did you see the pimples on Jinder back? That fuck is total tea on shit.
He's got big pores.
My buddy lifts and he said that's THGE #1 sign.
Mavado, thanks for the 1313 Sean's View donation. Yeah, I mean, we've been saying this about him. He's got pimples everywhere. It's really weird. I remember EC3 had pimples like that. It's part of it's the pores that the man has. But yeah, it is definitely a sign that
no, that's a huge sign of steroid.
Some kind of hormone going on there.
Hormone injections and all that stuff. That is the first thing that happens. Is body acne. The second thing is hair growth.
Yeah, he's got all that ball hair,
He's got that pubic hair going on, so it's coming in thick.
Oh God, that's so gross for some reason. Thank you to Mavado for that 1313, man. Yeah, he might. We've seen pimples on Jinder before a lot. Like we've had photos sent to us where people zoom in on. There's a cluster of them. There's one giant pimple and then like 13 little ones around it, and you're just like, ugh.
Nothing like that guy in the audience, though. The one he had on his neck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We never know. Remember, we compared them. We were trying to figure out who had the bigger pimple, the guy in the audience or Jinder. What pay-per-view was that? That was so funny. It was really funny. Let's go to whatever this is. It's Harry. First 2 matches are great. The rest are crap. The special guest for referee matches, I don't know. I can't see it. When you donate 20 cents, it doesn't stay up long. But the women made history. They're showing that on the network now, like where they had to wear their full body suits because whatever in the Middle East area, you can't dress.
Even though TNA did it first. You know, WWE did it.
Why do I got to look at the guys with shirts off then? Diva Bible's in the house.
My name is KANE and I'm donating a house.
The PPV died as soon as the women appeared. Natalya is pure AIDS. God, I wanna puke.
Yeah. She says the pay-per-view died as soon as the women appeared, says Diva Bible. Would you agree that the pay-per-view died when the women appeared?
Oh, absolutely. And big thanks to Diva Bible. He not only helped redesign my Twitter with that avatar, but he made a Christmas update for me randomly. So thank you very much. Yeah, I was talking with him earlier, and it was like, oh, God, Natalya lost her mojo a while ago. She just hasn't had that same spunk, that same bit of flair, pun intended, for a long time. And I said to you in the pre-show we did, I hope that she would have a match akin to what they did back in NXT. Nothing compared to that. She botched so badly, so many times, Joe. It was disgusting.
Wow, that's not good. Cole, thanks for the $5. Looks like Cole 34212 just wanted to drop $5. So thank you, Cole. No message, just a super kick party here. Super chat party it would be. Damn, man, really? Like, so she really, I mean, I thought Natalya was botching a lot with Naomi, so. But
yeah, no, she went to go clothesline, Charlotte over the top rope. Couldn't even get that done. They kept missing moves, and it was bad. There was so many points in time that it was really bad. And then, who was it? Liv Morgan outside. She hit her own partner in the back of the head. She hit Sarah, I believe it was, in the back of the head. They were starting to brawl on the outside, so Liv runs over to get into the fray of the action. She just comes up and clotheslines Sarah right in the back. Like, it was a shit show. That whole lumberjack or Lumberjill idea never works well. That's one of those ideas that they have to scrap. That was our big complaint before the show even went live. It was a disaster. Then after the match, it was 10 minutes of just pure nonsense. Charlotte, gets the win.
It's Dan Sargent.
My name is KANE and I'm donating a house.
As I ascend to the great ring in the sky, I give Clash a 5.
Hey, Dan, thanks for the 666. And he gives it a 5 out of 10. Seems to be the consensus of many people tonight. Dan, thanks, man. Hey, Dan doesn't usually use his normal name. He usually uses other names. In fact, Dan, I can't remember what name you usually use that we know you by, but I know that you've been around a long time and you've been supporting with money for a long time. So we really, really, really appreciate that, man. Definitely
absolutely
love your privates, as they say. What else you got, Jake? Tell me some more about
so
this.
Charlotte goes ahead. She defeats Natalya.
Well, hang on, let me get Mirov out of the way, and then we'll.
Here we go.
Let me talk about Mirov here. The pay-per-view 6 out of 10. Jinder and Styles was the worst match of the night. Include the Bludgeon Brothers. By the way, what will you do for Mania now that you and if have broken up now that he thinks that he is the biggest bitch in the YWC? I don't know. I don't care.
We'll figure Mania out. We might be going down there. We'll see what happens.
I'll do whatever I want in Mania. Put it that way. It has nothing. That won't have any effect on what fucking mini dick does. What Mr. Small Boy has to say.
I've had a rough day. I'm taking some time off.
Yeah. If you want a crying bitch as your friend, like, there you go. There's the one to call. Fucking. Hey, dude, can you help me with something? I'm gonna bench you. I'm gonna bench you. Like, I've never seen somebody cry more than that fuck. But anyway, go ahead, Jake. Tell me some more about this pay-per-view, because I didn't see it.
Charlotte makes Natalya tap with the figure 8 for the win. Even that's sloppy. After the match, Natalya gets on the mic with... I don't even remember who the hell was interviewing her. We were trying to figure that out before. I think Brendan Cascioli said it before. It was Kayla Braxton, I think he said. But... yeah, she's in the ring, and Natalya said she did nothing wrong, accused Charlotte of using her family's name to cut corners and get ahead in the company, and she's given the WWE Universe some of the best matches in the women's division that they've ever seen. She's carried a division. She said, well, if you're going to turn your back on me, I'm turning my back on all of you. and Natalya acted like she was crying, which was the worst acting I've seen in a long time. She, you know, that kind of like whiny.
I got that. I peeked at my Twitter feed at some point during Star Wars, and I just saw people just shitting on Natalya.
Yeah, and then the fans started to sing the goodbye song. Carmella even teased a little bit of like a cash-in moment, but then it didn't lead to anything. And then she was trying to work up the crowd, you know, with this post-match "I'm quitting" kind of speech, but it didn't go anywhere. And of all nights and times to cut it, you cut it in Boston with the crowd that's like so just vivacious and loud. You know, they're giving their all, and you're gonna choose now to do this. They should have called an audible a few times tonight, and I feel like this is certainly one of those moments that they should have just said, you know what, scrap this idea, tell her not to do it.
Do they not even like? Why don't they have sense of where they are? Because Boston's a lot like Pittsburgh. It's not like Philly, because Philly is almost always hardcore now. Like Philly, I mean, Boston used to be hardcore, but we're mixed a little bit now. We have a little bit of yuppie here now. It's not just the hardcore Boston wrestling fans. There's a lot of yuppie here. And so I relate this to Pittsburgh, because sometimes Pittsburgh is great, but sometimes Pittsburgh, it's the family that shows up. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, oh, this is a family crowd. And so Boston can go either way, too. So I'm surprised that they didn't think, like, what if we get the loud fucking Boston, the real Boston fans are there tonight? Like, if we do this and that, like, they may just turn and shit on this. Like, so get ready. We might flip it this way. Why? Yeah, and they didn't do that, I guess, like you said.
But they can call an audible. They can go ahead and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. Don't go with it. Just don't go with it. Why would they have her cry a river of sorrow for a crowd that is not sympathetic towards you whatsoever?
It was supposed to get sympathy? I thought it was supposed to make it...
I viewed it as her trying to gain sympathy with it, but still being a heel.
I thought it was her just trying to go on a heel to be like, I'm gonna quit. Like, I'm gonna quit. Like, is that what she did?
No, it was more like, I gave you the best moments of my life. How dare you turn your back on me?
Oh, well, then that's just her being more. I mean, like, that's something she should have done to turn.
Well,
heel.
I think that she was supposed to convey it as you're saying. I think she was supposed to be more heel, like a fuck you to the crowd. But it didn't come across that way at all. She failed with her delivery. Okay. She sounded like a whiny, spoiled bitch that doesn't deserve to be there. And
well, that's good.
And the crowd tore her apart.
But isn't that what they want? Then they'll be like, good job. The crowd hated you. That's awesome.
They hated her for the wrong reasons. I feel like though, instead of disliking her character, they disliked her personally.
Well, fuck it. I don't think they care.
Like it's in a bad light.
I don't think the WWE's going to care. I think they're going to think like, wow, good. Wow, you got some heat.
Maybe, but I don't know. It wasn't a good type of light to be portrayed in. So
I'll have to watch it. They're
so obsessed with Total Divas though, and I'm so against that angle that this might be exactly what they're going for.
I hate that show for what it's done to the women. Like it cock blocks the women's division so many times.
Absolutely. Diva Bible and I were talking about it, the other day too, because they tweet out things as if the angles are happening live in that moment. And this is something that happened 6 months ago. But just because it's current on Total Divas, they make it seem as if like it's currently active or going on. So they can live tweet during the show, and it's just asinine. You can't have yourselves be, fake in a kayfabe world and expect us to believe that, then be serious, then be promoting something. Like pick what you're going to do with your Twitter, your social media, and stick with it. Are you going to be Rusev, or are you going to be yourself? You know what I mean? Like, you can't. Are you going to be the Total Divas character that they're trying to portray you as? You can't have your all these different facades, these different masks that you wear, because it doesn't blend well. There's no parallel to tell when they're advertising, when they're being genuine. It's hard to follow, and it muddies the water too much. It ruins angles, and it looks pathetic and desperate.
Let's go back to the nations and see what you guys have to say, and see what we can be fed here.
Oh yeah,
Harry.
How many unnecessary gimmick matches has Randy Orton been in this year?
Too many.
Yeah, Randy Orton's been in too many things. Randy just doesn't. I mean, a lot of people call him such a professional, and they love him. There's so many, guys and wrestlers in the industry that always talk about Randy Orton. They love him, and it's true that. But to me, that there's a piece missing on Randy. He doesn't seem like he wants to be there. Ever playing gamer, thanks for the sub, and there's
it feels like Randy's doing just enough to get a paycheck at this point. Like, how much can I do without getting fired or demoted? How much can I get away with? I've got tenure and seniority, basically. So how much can I not try but still look like I give a damn?
Oh man, they blanked out good again.
My name is KANE and I'm donating a house.
Wonder why good is taken off.
The tag match was pretty good. The rest of the show was meh. I rewatched the entire Monetize this from Friday. One of the craziest nights ever. Such an insane show. Schleppy is God, and so Brian Himmelfarb. Or as Ken calls him, Brian Himmelfield. Harper's first name, I am your father, says Null Death. Thank you, Null Death, for the 666.
Harper's first name. I like that, Luke.
Yeah. Because if he said it, it would have been banned. So.
It would have. Oh, well, he already got banned. So
but little did he know. Yeah, little did he know good would be blocked.
Shitbum.
It's just
Clash
too much.
of Champions 5/10. Nothing to notable. This must be Dolph Ziggler send-off. WTF did Natalya basically retire tonight?
Yeah, people have been saying is she retired. If she is, apparently it's a horrible retirement. I doubt it.
Yeah, if this is like a send-off for her, my God, how embarrassing.
Trey, thank you for the $5. I hope to God that's not. That is, if it is, it's because it was so contrived.
It was extremely convoluted. It was so poorly received in an overpacked angle, with the Riot Squad sucking the life out of the fucking women's division currently. Like they're dead in the water because they should have had a 3-woman group at
Who will
this
face
point.
AJ at the Rumble? And do you remember who won the Rumble the last time it was? In Philadelphia.
CJ Crumb, thanks for the $5 and for becoming a $5 shit bum.
That's a good question.
Well, I'm still going with Nakamura winning the Rumble. I really still think it's going to be Nakamura versus AJ, and Roman's going to get Brock. Maybe they'll change it, but I don't think so. Trey, thanks that, and CJ Crumb, thank you, man, for the donations. I
don't know who he'll face at the Rumble though.
At the Rumble, who will AJ face? Yeah, that's a good question, and we'll think about that and come back to it here in a second. Oh, that's a good question. Could be
that could be debated quite a bit at this point because there's a few contenders.
JP Baker
Sam
going
Roberts
big.
looks surprised by Jinder Fuckstick not winning the title.
Wow.
It looks like he is afraid he is losing his job with WWE. He has a concerned look on his face on Talking Smack. But wait, it is his fro. 4/10.
Well, that wasn't JP Baker 91. Thanks for the $20. I almost felt Sam Roberts was just kind of playing up the character because JP Baker, thanks for $20, was because Daniel Bryan should have been there, but he wasn't because of what happened. So I felt like Sam Roberts was playing kind of like, I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm here. So I felt like he was sort of playing a bit of a character on Talking Smack. So that's what scared. That's why he was playing scared, I think. I'm guessing that's what it is. Hawks 5-3. Hawks 5-3. How about the Patriots? How about the fucking Patriots? What the fuck? I will never bet against my own team again. Why in the world do I always, once in a while, bet against the Patriots? What the fuck happened tonight? And you know what? I didn't see the last 3 minutes of the game because I was on my way to Star Wars. I was listening on the radio. So apparently there was some kind of controversy. Didn't see it. But
yeah, I didn't get to see the ending myself either, but I mean, 3-point game. You're talking,
dude. What the fuck, dude? I don't care what. It didn't matter how we won that game. We had to win somehow. So I'm freaking crazy right now. All my Pittsburgh friends were talking some crazy shit to me. Like they were talking some crazy shit. Nate from VA, what's up, guys? Just want to say, thank y'all for the entertainment. Been a rough week in the hospital, but always. Give it a 4.5 out of 10. Just felt everywhere tonight. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Nate. Man, I hope
makes him seem like a racist, and he said thank and good.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm sorry, Nate. I don't know why those words are blanked out. Nate from Virginia, VA. Let me throw my pop filter on here because I'm plosiving all over the place. Yeah, but I was getting some crazy, dude. I was on the way to the theater. I'm sitting in the theater and like my phone is going off like as we just got to the theater, rather, and people are just like, eat shit, Joe.
Party.
Giving you tons of hell.
You could play Connect the Dots on Jinder Fuckstick's back.
Yeah, you could,
Absolutely.
JP Baker. Thanks, man. Oh my God, JP Baker. Thanks, bro. You know what though? I predict JP Baker, man. Thanks. I predicted earlier the Patriots would lose by 10. And they'd have to come back to the Steelers in the AFC Championship. and have to beat them at home, and that's what I thought was going to happen.
I had them winning by 1 home run.
Yeah, I had them by 10. I had them losing by 10. I picked against the Patriots. Now, I think fuckery happened. I didn't see it. From what I understand, the game was fuckery. But toss it up anyway. The game was so close. These two teams are going to meet in the AFC Championship, and then it's going to mean a lot then. That's what's going to happen. So this game doesn't even fucking matter. They went to, they went to Pittsburgh. They won there somehow, but they pretty much lost a lot of the game. The Steelers were beating them a lot of the game, but they were sticking into it, and they were not in home field, so that was impressive. And then they won because of some kind of bullshit.
I'm so fucking horny. Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. Happy.
It's gonna come down to the championship. Anybody can win. Those are two good teams. We'll see what happens.
Honey, oh my god, so horny. Happy birthday. Oh, honey, honey, honey. Donation, time. Put it in my round bum.
Sorry. Waymore. Oh, goddamn, it just disappeared like so quick. Let me pause it. Waymore says, "What's up, guys? Been a few weeks. I'm back." Waymore, what's up, bro? Had a bunch of shit go wrong last month or two, so I haven't been able to keep up with you guys. I thought the pay-per-view was okay, but Star Wars is way better. Good to be back.
Give me a hell yeah!
All right, thank you, Waymore, for saying that. Mavado, Rusev should have won. The crowd wanted that big fucker to win. He had so many spots for the opportunity, but Vince said, fuck the real WWE fans. Vince P.S. fuck the Roman Reigns and his double title win at Mania. And thank God for no Booker T. I think Mavado said. Yeah, I mean, I was torn on this, too, because I said this to Jake earlier. I said, I think Rusev, they could win because they're kind of this hot thing. And then I was like, but no, you can't take the belt off the Usos right now unless, like, somebody else got pinned. So well,
they had it. They had, Big E was basically unconscious, ready to tap in the ring, and they set it up very nicely.
The Patriots won on
Big E went
what
to
the
escape,
fuck is a catch?
and then Gable runs in, and it just Gable, German suplexed everybody one after the other. He German suplexed Aiden English like out of his shoes. He fucking slammed him on his neck so goddamn hard. It looked brutal. He deadlifted Big E after the fact. Like it was impressive. And then, the Usos come in and they finish him off, and that was that. So, I mean, the tag match was great. The crowd was so fucking insane for Rusev and Rusev Day.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable. It blew my mind.
I can't wait to go listen to that. I'm so mad.
They were so behind him. It was impressive. And this is one of those moments again where it's natural. He's it feels more like a grassroots guerrilla tactic. He's building himself up, on his own terms.
But I think a lot of people I think a lot of people saw him going in the whole dumb comedy route. And I think people want to be like, no, we liked this guy. Like he's
exactly. So they're getting behind someone that they enjoy. Crowd was all for it, and I felt like if they actually pulled the trigger, called an audible, this is the second time I think they should have done that throughout the night. That place would have erupted. They would have lost their godforsaken fucking minds, Joe. They would have came everywhere, gallons of cum all over the arena.
You'll get another chance when they're in Chicago then with Rusev, I bet.
Maybe, but I feel like tonight they really missed something special with that opportunity. When you go back and you see it, I mean,
but we knew that Aiden English and Rusev had some momentum and that they would probably be cheered a little bit tonight. But even
I didn't predict
we didn't know that
this much.
Yeah,
this was
if
so
we're
loud.
booking, if me and you are booking like we were earlier with who we booked, we did pick the Usos. So
yeah,
we would have booked the same. It would have been tough to call an audible and say, you know what. Make sure Rusev wins. With
the Usos were out of the ring at that point, I would have called an audible to the ref in his earpiece and said, "Ring the bell." Big E was down on the ground, practically looking unconscious. With the accolade locked in tight.
I still think that even though it would have been special and it would have been beautiful, it still was beautiful because of what happened. Even though they didn't win, it still was beautiful. And now you can get Rusev against Aiden English if they can just break up.
They eliminated essentially Rusev so easily, though, after that. After he had cleaned the house and cleared the ring and did so much, they kind of just threw him out of the ring to the wayside, and it was like, all right, that's it. There goes that. I don't know. The one, suplex that he did receive to get him, it didn't feel as impactful as it could have. I'm not against it because I'm glad the Usos won. Like I said, it was a hard pill to swallow. I didn't hate it. I like the fact that the Usos won. It's better than anybody else, winning except for Rusev. So, still could have gone a lot worse. And that's the thing. So we had a great triple threat match to start. It was really solid. Dolph Ziggler winning was surprising, but it was well done.
Yeah.
All three men did a great job really telling a good,
you really
solid
nailed
story.
that one, man. You really nailed that one. That was a weird call, like, that you called that. That's so weird. You've had a couple of those, man. You've had a couple of, like, fucking weird calls that you're like, I know this is I think this is happening, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And you've been right. Like,
a couple outside the boxes.
Wow. Like, yeah, it's weird, man. That was a tough one to call. I thought that was pretty good. I got to give a shout out to Jeremy Phillip. He said, hate the Pats, but the refs got the call right. Dumb rule, right call. So that's what Jeremy Phillip says. So I give credit for Jeremy for saying that.
Yeah, I've got to go and check this out myself.
I haven't seen
I didn't
it.
Get to see, like,
it sucks, dude. I missed the last 5 minutes of the Patriots game. I missed the last 5 fucking minutes, like, and then I missed almost all of Clash of Champions, and I saw Star Wars. So it's really weird. So guys, again, in a few minutes, I'm probably gonna talk about Star Wars and get a review going, get that up for you here. And I may even talk about the Steelers and Patriots on a different video tomorrow.
I'm sure you've heard about this, but so many people have brought this up to me. Even, Ashley just tweeted it to me now, Matt the Misfit. So many people, probably a good 100 so far, have said, did you see this? Did you see this? What the actual fuck? And I quote, because they added a cage match featuring Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt to the 205 Live Tour, the Cruiserweight Tour. Just a straight ploy.
I had 2 seconds away from ordering tickets. And I was going to order front row tickets to 205 Live. If I had known that was going to be going down, I would have bought a ticket.
Yeah. So now they added Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I mean, it's a genius idea in its own right, but Bray hasn't seen 205 in 2 decades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I can say much either, but they're certainly not cruiserweights. I get the point. It's just a show, but it's not going to be televised, so we're going to have this whole why didn't we see this match kind of thing going on again. I'm sure we will see it in its own form, but still, they're giving the crowd something special. But that's the true main event. But it makes me happy in one sense. That was my first reaction, like, what the fuck are they doing? But then I got a bit of a chill. I got excited because I'm like, oh my God, Joe, they believe in Matt Hardy.
Maybe.
They know they have something special on their hands. They see the power and potential, and they see the internet and the true fan base.
Is that why they put Nia Jax on the show too?
Well, they weren't putting Nia Jax on to sell tickets, though. They were doing that to further a story. I think this was just to go out of their way. They knew they had something special with Matt. They believe in him, and they're saying, this guy can be our new number one. This guy can take us to new limits, per se, in the sense of, like, reinvigorating interest in the company. They know that, casuals, hardcore fans, people that never watched TNA started to watch TNA, essentially a dying product, because of Matt Hardy. What could he do for the WWE? So they didn't add Triple H and Jinder. They didn't add AJ and Nakamura. They added just Matt and Bray. And that speaks volumes. So it's all cruiserweights, it's some local wrestlers, and then Matt and Bray. So the fact that they're touting this as much as they are, and they're giving Matt a chance to be the main event, I'm hoping that this says a lot for the future. I'm excited for it. That's just my take. I hope I'm not, spouting off a bunch of crazy shit, but yeah, Bray hasn't seen 205 in decades, so it's a bit odd to put him on the Cruiserweight Tour. But
okay, I got to tell you, I do think it's odd. It is very odd, but I'd be excited.
It's bizarre.
If I had that front row ticket for $70 that I was going to buy,
I'd be thrilled.
I'd be pumping, freaking out. Like, they're going to sell tickets with it, I think. So, hey, we'll see if they do. Maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe like 50 hardcore people. I mean, I don't know. But I just saw the catch, by the way, the controversial catch. I thought it was the Patriots catch. I guess there was a little bit of time left on the clock at the very end. Is that what happened? And then the Steelers had a chance to score a touchdown?
I didn't get to see the end of it. I ran out to grab food for everybody here, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't get the controversy either. I'm looking at it, and based on what I know about football and the NFL, you have to have control of the football, and the football smashes the ground and spins around in his hand, and he doesn't have full control of the ball. So that's the rule, so that's not a catch. So this, to me, That's not really a controversy.
Yeah, you have to maintain control at all times.
That's one of those things where if it goes against you, you're like, oh my God, change the rule. But if it happens for you, you're like, yeah, that's not a catch. It's kind of like the voting in America. Like,
if it's not your guy, it doesn't count.
Yeah, if the guy wins that you didn't like, you're mad at the electoral system, right? Because if the popular vote wins, but then the guy, like Trump, he just became president. Popular vote said no to Trump. He became the president anyway, because that's the way that the rules are. Is you campaign for the electoral vote because that's how we do it, not for the popular vote. So. And then you get mad afterwards. But if your guy wins twice, you don't care because whatever. So it's kind of like that type of call. I can understand why people are mad, though, because it's like, it looks like a catch, kind of, but it's, again, not within the rules of a catch. So I get what's going on. So this,
I just this is the night. Well, it's not.
This is the theme today, Jake. This is a theme today. There isn't 100% certainty about anything. From what I understand, there's not 100% certainty about Star Wars. It's got a 50% rating from the fans. This football game was fucking weird, and it was a great win for the Patriots, but what a weird comeback and weird win, and these two teams are going to meet again in the championship. It's weird. Clash of Champions, I'm seeing people saying it was good, seeing people saying they hated it. Like, it was all right, I guess. It was like a 5 out of 6. I mean, just weird indecision. Everything has this reflection today of this. It's very weird. I'm seeing it in pattern everywhere. Let me get these last donations in here. We got the brother Zach subbing to the channel. What's up, brother Zach? And what's up to everybody? Hope you guys click that red sub button down below. We're having a friggin' subscription party here on the show. Don't miss out on the daily wrestling news on my other channel, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. That was Leah's sister actually sent
Shitbum
video on Facebook. Ray Rock missed the show, but I'm awake. What's up? Congratulations on Monetize this. That was cool. Jake, how you doing? And, of course, got to say what's up to the JCS family. Ray Rock loves you. I assume because Ray has Ray in his name is why that was deleted.
Maybe that was
there are 70 versions of Ray that will get deleted if you donate that way. It's really weird. Ray Rock, what's up, man? Thank you.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, right? I wasn't fucking around, man.
No. Ray Rock, dip, potato chip. Joe, I just sent you the video that Brandon put up of Liv attacking, her own partner from the Riot Squad. I believe it's Sarah that she hits there. It's just
wait a second.
Throw it to the stream.
Wait a
second.
It's
funny.
Wait a minute. She attacked her own person. She didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah, she was trying to get into the fray in the Lumberjill, lumberjack match, and she runs over for this awkward ass clothesline, and she Liv goes ahead and she just. It wasn't even like she missed. I don't know. You have to look at, like, it looks like she kind of didn't think Sarah was going to be there, but I don't know. From the angle that we see it, it almost seems like accidental, intentional.
I got to see this.
Accidentally intentional. Like, it was acidine. But, yeah, you're right. That certainly is the theme. The only thing that was really my takeaway from the show is that the announce team sounded like bitter old women. They were bickering, complaining, and arguing about just pure fucking nonsense. It killed any momentum that the show had.
Wow. Sleepy Never says, damn, what's up, Boston Joe? Love you guys. And DeMarco, next Monetize this. I got you, baby. On a good note, I love when Leah rips JB, says Sleepy Never.
We all do.
Yeah, they were ripping each other so much, we started talking about those guys doing a show together and just shitting on each other the whole time.
Oh, that would be great.
I don't know. I don't know how well it would go. Well, maybe we could do a recording off air, but I don't know. I think Leah has to be drunk to really...
It would get so personal that they'd block each other.
If we could get Leah really drunk and then, like, come up with controversies, like, or something, or have them both, like, fill out a questionnaire until, like, things that they do like or don't like. Oh, Leah's showing me the GIF right now.
Yeah.
Oh, she, like, stopped. She, like, held herself up.
She, like, hesitates, and then she just... she hits Sarah right in the back of the head. So Liv Morgan, it was like, wow, what are you doing?
This is retarded.
Just literally, you just boop.
Oh, you're my friend, and then she no-sells it. What the Christ?
I mean, that's how much of a clusterfuck that women's match was. So that's what I'm saying. We start off solid. We've got the triple threat. Bam, wow. Ziggler wins. The crowd is surprised. But they go with it, so you get a good pop from that. Tag match, Usos win, crowd's going nuts still, even though Rusev and Rusev Day couldn't do it. Still a big outcome. Women's match starts off, and they just deflated the air in the arena.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
The crowd was at like a 9 out of 10 throughout that match, and going forward, they were like at a 3 for a while. It took a lot to get them back into it.
Well, yeah, it looked like they killed it. I saw those messages all night. And listen, thank you to Ray Rock, Harry, Sleepy Never. I'm going to be ending the show in a few minutes just because I'm going to move on to doing the Star Wars review.
Into the good stuff.
Tomorrow night, though, we are going to take a lot of phone calls. I'm going to hope to take a lot of phone calls tomorrow night. So if you guys want to talk about what happened tonight, tomorrow, that's fine. If you want to talk about tomorrow night's Raw, whatever it is, I'm going to try to take phone calls big time tomorrow night. But because we're so crunched up against it tonight, this is where I'm going with things. So what's your, I guess, what do we miss here that we...
the Bludgeon Brothers, we saw Luke Harper and Eric Rowan destroy Breezango, and the announcers even said, this could be the end of the Fashion Files, so them saying that, we know it's done for. They're probably just going to split them. It went in just as expected. Not a bad thing, but Rowan, picked up Breeze, goes for an atomic drop on the floor, and instead hits him face first in the edge of the ring. It was like pretty, pretty devastating. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, that whole thing was just a sleeper. Like, it was just, I didn't enjoy it at all. I know some people were all about it. It was so predictable. We knew what was going to happen. We knew they were going to retain their jobs by them announcing the Facebook, mixed tag match coming up. So that was an asinine decision on the advertising company's side. There was no reason to give us the outcome, but we knew they weren't going to be fired regardless. So there was no real drama to the match. It went on for a long time. It was a 21-minute match, plus intros, plus celebrations. So you had damn near like 35 minutes of this. It was very anticlimactic. There was just no... nothing special. There was no spark to it. It just kind of happened. You're like, all right, it's over. We get to the main event. Good match from Jinder. AJ looked great. AJ sold really well to make Jinder look really strong. Solid 23-minute match. AJ retains. Hopefully going forward, we see him face some better opponents, which leads to him and Nakamura at WrestleMania. I'm happy that he won. I give the night like a 5.5 out of 10. Maybe even a 6. Probably closer to a 5.5, though.
Okay. Well, there you go. A 5.5 night. I think a lot of other people would kind of agree with that. And shit, I'm kind of there with you on this. What do you guys think in the chat? I mean, I saw what many of you guys said, but does anybody disagree with this? It sounds like it is. But yeah, it was a crazy day of football, crazy day of wrestling. I'm going to go back and watch some of this in a little while. I think before I watch Clash of Champions, I'm going to go into my Star Wars thing. My question is, yeah, I can't even believe Tye Dillinger wasn't anywhere on this thing at all. I'm fucking angry about that, but that's... Tye Dillinger
I've basically given up on asking where he is.
But he's so cool. When he comes out on like a special event and he's wearing that weird fucking light-up thing he wears... and they're playing the music, like...
Yeah, he's still over.
It's exciting.
As all hell.
Like, I mean, why...
I didn't know that he was the guy that got super kicked by Shawn Michaels in the back when he played Stan.
Yeah, years ago, yeah.
I rewatched that the other day on YouTube, and I saw that. And it was like, I had to replay it. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, you just kicked Stan. I didn't know that was Stan.
It was like 2007 or something?
Yeah, around there. They say I'm not controversial? Yeah. Here, hold this. And Shawn just fucking super kicks him.
I remember this. I remember that night and thinking that was so cheesy, kind of like that was like... But it was
so stupid, but yet it's lovable at the same time. It just suits them so well.
Yeah, I remember that night, though. It's so funny, though, because, I didn't know it was Tye either then, and then it wasn't until I think they referenced it somewhere on the WWE recently, a couple months ago maybe, or 6 months ago. I don't even remember, but I remember thinking, like, oh, shit. Like, I didn't know that was him. But, yeah, so my plan now is to do the Star Wars review. But I don't really know. Normally, you do a spoiler-free review, and then you do a spoiler review. So I don't see. I don't either. I can give you my initial thoughts without spoilers. So I could do that, but
it's really hard to talk about the movie without spoiling it.
Yeah, but I still wanna. Okay, so
it's needed, but.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video and I'm going to release it, real short one, giving my opinion with no spoilers. And then we can all go into our review of it, which will have major spoilers. How about that? Want to do that?
Sounds excellent.
All right, we'll do that. So I'm going to end the stream, and we're going to record that and put that shit up for you guys. So it's up in the next little while here, depending on how long we go into Star Wars talk. We could be done. It could be up in 30 minutes. It could be up in an hour and a half. It could depend on how long we talk about Star Wars here. So, guys, let me know what you think on Twitter, at @RealJoeCronin. That is my Twitter handle, at @RealJoeCronin. Hit that sub button down below. We'll be here tomorrow night for the Raw review. We'll probably be a lot longer than tonight. Tonight's only abbreviated because, number one, I didn't watch the pay-per-view, and number two, I got to do the Star Wars shit. And I really need to grab something to eat real quick before I do that. And, man, I love you guys. It was a sick week. We're going to do a special Corrupted next week because of what the fuck happened this week. We're gonna do another free one, and this time we'll all be there, hopefully. And then after that, we're going to go live on Patreon to the patrons for bonus talk even. So I thank all the patrons. If you guys want to support on Patreon, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, you will get 6 to 8 hours of bonus content a week on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Except for this week where you got 3 hours because Corrupted didn't really happen. But whatever. Sorry. I was so mad about that. But that's it. And then tomorrow night we should be live from my real channel. So make sure you guys go sub my real channel too, because again, I should be able to be going live back from my real channel, which is Joe Cronin Show, not from here on Corrupted. So make sure you go subscribe to my real wrestling channel, the one with 51,000 subs, because that's where I'll be. Here's a look at it right here. Make sure you go and sub Joe Cronin Show, because I will be going live again from that channel as far as everything wrestling from that channel. And I will be sticking with non-wrestling stuff here on Corrupted. So make sure you're subbed to both these channels if you like what I'm doing and you like what's happening here. So just a warning, it should be up. We should have been up today, but it's because it's Sunday. I don't think it counted. So tomorrow it will kick in and we'll be there. And I want to thank Jake DeMarco for, yeah, man, it was all you pretty much tonight because I didn't see shit.
Glad to be here, as always.
Can't believe WWE was in Boston. I didn't go to the show, and I didn't even watch the damn thing on the stream because of Star
and it
Wars.
ended up being a lot more entertaining than expected, so that's a good thing.
Well, I'll go check it out, man. I feel like I'm still going to hate it, but who knows? I'm being pretty
I mean, you're not going to love it, but if you watch the first hour, you'll be happy. Just stop there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can bring myself to watch the... Wow, I just saw what happened with Dolph. Rude was going for the finishing maneuver, and then Dolph zigzagged Corbin. That was crazy. T, thanks for the sub. Oh yeah, the place is freaking out. A lot of Patriots fans there, huh? Okay, so guys, we'll see you in a little while for the Star Wars thing if that's your deal. I'll be putting it up, and you guys will get that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. See you tomorrow night for the Monday Night Raw review on the Joe Cronin Show channel. And unless something is not right that I don't know about, and then we'll be here again. But I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be good.
Pretty sure we get to go live.
Pretty sure. Mwah. If you guys are up late, come check back in about an hour or so and check out the Star Wars review. Jinder. Where does Jinder go from here? Down
to hell in a handbasket.
Jinder goes down to the Dolph Ziggler title. Yeah, I think this could be done with Jinder at this point, or maybe.
Yeah, their project failed. Time to send him back to NXT. You know.
Oh God, you imagine that? What the fuck? Oh man, guys, thank you so much. Sorry it was short tonight. It won't be as short on future nights, obviously.